Hey guys, and welcome back to another FH5 news video. Okay, we're really narrowing down to the start, or the release of FH5. So we've kind of been getting things like the official car list or whatever, or the confirmed cars, which are going to be in the game.
Yes,
which is quite interesting.
Well, obviously, they have said that what they have revealed so far isn't official.
Yeah.
But because it's only as of this coming, being released as a video, it's only around a week till the official release of the
game
premium edition.
Yeah.
We have decided we are going to commit and do the car list videos. Now these could be subject to change. If they do, we will update you. Obviously, we'll do a dead quick updated video with everything in. Specifically, Alfa Romeo and Lancia, Fiat, and Abarth are the big four that are not in the game. I think Alfa Romeo is criminal because you cannot be an in-game virtual petrol head until you own an Alfa. So that's going to go a bit booby sideways. I'm fine. I've owned many. If they do get added before launch, we will update you and we'll do a better car list. And if this video needs updating with Alpha before this is released, I will do a separate thing about Alpha. So, we are going to read out all of the cars. I think there's 526 I've heard.
That's
Which is quite a lot, even though...
But there is a massive load that's being dropped.
Yes, you will have seen that video, or you will be seeing it after this. The car list in Forza Horizon 5 is none other than quite bad. And I knew that anyway. The reason I'm getting the game is not for the car list. If I based solely on car list, I probably wouldn't be buying it. Yeah. Because it's not the car list that concerns me, as long as there's a couple in there that I'm going to actually drive. That's all, really. Because I only use about 5 cars normally. The MX-5's in it, so that's that. And the 1973 Range Rover, which is my favourite car from Horizon 4. Is in there, and the Renault 4. Can't wait to get that thing sorted. I think that is a barn find.
Oh yeah,
it's one of
that would make sense.
There's 3 that I know of. We'll come to them in a bit. But obviously, the car list is quite bad, and you will see a video of all of the cars they've removed. I went on to Horizon 4 as we're filming, and I went through all of them, and I was like, oh my god, you do not realise what they've removed.
Yeah.
Can I just note 3 specifically? So I said to one of my mates who wanted to film Patagonia Special, I said, what we'll do is, because Horizon 4 is on its way out and we know Horizon 5 is coming, we'll wait till Horizon 5 comes out. There is a bit of a problem with that. The 3 cars that are in Patagonia, the Mustang Mach-1, the Porsche 928 GTS, and the Lotus Esprit V8 twin turbo, all 3 of them have been removed. All 3. These are brilliant cars. They should not be removing the 928, the Esprit V8, and the thing. And the other one, I have missed one off actually, is the S1, the Lotus Esprit S1. The Bond one as well. Quite a few of the Bond cars have actually been removed as well.
Wow, that's hurtful. That's it. Was Lotus. Wow.
We will do a video on that. But what we'll do is we will start, I think the first brand now, because Bath isn't here, is Acura, which is basically a glorified Honda, if you're from anywhere other than America. We're not American, but I still know
I don't know if you can guess. It's just something that gives it away. Anyway, go on.
Well, no, because this phone wouldn't capture us sat here if it was American.
That's true, actually.
Because it would have to be really far back in, like
hips to hips. It
would have to be like the 0.5 panoramic screen.
This
anyway,
that wouldn't exist.
It wouldn't.
So we're starting at Acura, and I quite like the car. Is the Acura NSX,
also known as the Honda NSX. Yes. So the Honda NSX 2017 is back. Very good car actually. And obviously you like those.
Yes, I do quite like it. Yes, I do quite like the car.
Super hybrid. So that'll be an interesting one to think. You'll see the Acuras on the screen now. The next one is the RSX.
Yes, Type S. Yeah.
Which is basically, I think it's a slightly tamer version of the later Integra Type R that we got in the UK.
Right.
In Japan and everywhere else that was back as a Honda.
And then we also have the Acura Integra Type R from 2001.
So the late 90s was what it would have been if it was Honda, I think, something like that. But yeah, basically exactly the same car. Not all of these cars are auto show cars now. Some of them I do know aren't. Some of them I don't know if they are. Oh, I do know a fourth band actually. I just remembered one. So some of them aren't auto show. Some of them are. If I know that they're not an auto show car, I will tell you.
Such as barn find.
And if they're a barn find, I'll try and tell you. But obviously we don't know everything because the game isn't out yet. So I'll try my best.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so then we're going to Alpine.
Yeah.
And we've got the new Alpine A110 from 2017.
And we'll do them together, and we've got the old one as well, the classic.
Yeah.
Now, it is unusual actually. The old Alpine is badged as an Alpine, but it's been Renault for quite a few years under the Renault brand.
Okay.
So when I noticed Renault and was like, "Where's the Alpine A110 gone?" The old one, and then I realised, it's been shoved in Alpine with its modern day equivalent. So I was like, fair enough. Which is nice actually to have them together. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
But there is a bit of news, and it's bad news for one of the lads in our friendship group.
Yes.
Whose dad owns one. It isn't an auto show car, the A110. So it's going to take a bit of grinding to get that. Well, it'll probably be through accolades or through racing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, your usual levelling up. So, but the old classic is an auto show car, I know that.
That's pretty fair. Right, okay. We also have Alumnicraft. They've been in it for years. The Class 10 race. Yeah, obviously, they've been in it for years. Little buggies.
Yeah, but
possible. Yeah, they are useful. But I mean, you do hardly use them or drive them up.
I've probably never driven one of the off-road buggies except from the Exocet, I think, the off-road one, and then I've just sacked that off after about a month.
Definitely. Okay, then we have AMC, the AMC Gremlin X from '73.
Absolute shocker of a car.
Yep. They're just nice to do the challenges with, put them that way.
It's pity the Pacer's not, because you could film a sort of knockoff of Cars 2. You could have Grem, who's the Gremlin. You could have Pacer, who's the AMC Pacer, and then you could have what's his name? The little tiny one who's like got the magnifying glass as an eye, not as an eye, but as like a glasses or something.
Monocle.
Oh yeah. What's his name? I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He was like a buggy, not a bubble car, so you could use the eye better for him. But anyway.
That's just showed you as well if you want.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay, then we've got the AMG Transport Dynamics, which is essentially just, I believe, their way of putting the Warthog in.
Yeah.
Because it's a Halo car. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's just the AMG Warthog. Really. It's nothing exciting.
We then have
might have a Halo event this time.
We then have the Apollo Intensa Emozione, big V12 supercar thing. Ariel, Nomad, and Atom V8 are back.
That's not surprising, they've been in on the games for a while, really.
And then we've got Aston. We do have a new car coming up. We'll talk through those as well when they come up. Okay, so we are on to Aston Martin, which is a nice one. There have been a hell of a lot removed, which obviously I didn't notice until I went on to Forza 4.
But the nice ones seem to still have... Well, I say nice ones. I mean, we do still have some nice Astons, I can't lie.
But they've removed quite a few nice Astons.
Oh god, I've only just realised how short Aston is.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. So there could still be a lot more.
Yeah, they might add some more to the game. We could end up with 5 or 6 more added at the end.
I think do these include car pass?
No.
I think we could get a few in car pass.
I know, but in the car pass we only get cars that have never been in the franchise before. We get brand new exclusive cars.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
The way they'll add them in is either via a big update, which they've already said they'll just throw an update out early on and just update the car list. Because they have said that they haven't been concentrating on it because they've been doing other things. Yeah. Which is fair enough. And they've also said that they can add them through the customer playlist. Yeah. So we'll probably get them that way. Yeah. Anyway, so starting with a brand new addition to the game, it is the Valhalla, which is a very nice car.
Yes.
It is the concept version, which is from Bond, which a lot of people say, oh, why didn't you add the production version? But there is a reason for that, because it takes a year to model the car, to get in the game.
Yeah.
And by the time they'll have finished the modelling for the concept, they then revealed the full production version, which was about 2 months old. Yeah. so there's literally no time for them to do that. So obviously, but the concept does look better.
And it's close enough. I mean, like,
It is close
it's
enough.
not.
It is quite very
stupidly
similar.
different.
They are very similar. 1,000 horsepower, just over.
Fair.
V6, not V8,
Oh, wow.
because the V8 is in the production car. They got rid of the V6. But obviously, it's going to be a good rival to the MG Project 1, which is obviously the cover car and a brand new car, which we'll get onto later. So yeah, excited for that.
Yep.
And means that the DBS Superleggera is no longer the fastest Aston Martin. Because the Valhalla was obviously a lot faster. Speaking of the DBS, it is returning, and the DBS Superleggera with its 715 horsepower. They've got the brand new V8 Vantage, very nice car. The Vulcan AMR Pro. You will notice that the normal Vulcan is no longer. It has been completely scrapped.
It's a good looking car at that, so that's
better than the standard. The standard Vulcan was better than the AMR Pro.
Yes, exactly. So I'm mildly confused why they've ditched it. But go on.
Not good round two.
Yeah.
Then the DB11 is back. We've also got the Vantage GT12. I like the Vantage GT12.
It's a decent.
I would like to see the GT8 added though, with the V8 and the manual gearbox, because it's a bit different to the V12 automatic, and it was really cool. Then we've got the V12 Vantage S, which is basically like the GT12, just without the big wings. And last but not least, is the DB5. Now,
of course,
obviously, big exceptions. You will notice that the Vanquish has gone.
Yeah.
The Vanquish Zagato has gone. The 177 has gone. The DB4 GT Zagato, one of my favourites, has gone. I was literally driving that kind of Motorsport 7 yesterday, and this is brilliant. My tune on it, it's absolutely fabulous. Love that little thing. DBR, what's it? DBR1 or something. Racing car, the old one. That's gone. Aston's gone so small, it's ridiculous. They've added one but got rid of 6, and that's the problem.
Anyway, so we'll move on to Audi.
Which, by the way, there has been no new additions, just one gotten rid of. So we've got the Audi R8 V10 Plus 2016, we've got the RS6 Avant, the TTS, or the Titties as I call it, the S1, the hatchback, which is a bit naff, the R8 V10 Plus 2013, the RS7, the RS4 2013, the RS5 Coupe. I think then we've got the RS6, the big V10 one, 2009.
Oh,
I'm glad that one's in. I like that. The RS4 from 2006. Oh no, I missed a few out actually. I was trying to memorise it. So basically RS5, then it goes RS3, then the TTRS. Forgot about those because they're quite forgettable. Then the RS6, then the RS4, and then back to 2003 with the RS6. Again, another one. RS4 Avant 2001, love that car. RS2, ka-ching, love that. And the Audi Sport Quattro. So to be honest, pretty much identical to what it was like in Horizon 4, except from the, the Rally Quattro, the one that's up there. The S1 has been ditched. Which I don't really understand why, because Mexico is quite rally orientated and it's quite a good
quite
car.
An off-roady based thing.
It's odd to see that one not in. So next we have Austin Healey. We have the Austin Healey Sprite. The random
Sprite.
Why not? The 3000 has been ditched, which I don't understand because that was a very nice car. And you will notice there's no Austin, so there's no Taxi and there's no Austin 7.
Yeah, I think the Taxi was definitely a British thing.
I know, but they've kept it for the memes.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, just having a taxi in the middle of Mexico probably would have been quite fun.
We could have done which nation's got the best taxi. Britain with the Austin FX4 and Mexico with the Beetle.
That's true.
Then we could have used a Morris Minor for a bit of a joke as the Hindustan ambassador, which is Morris Oxford, but it's close enough. We could have used obviously the Ford Crown Vic with the New York taxi, stuff like that. So it'd have been quite fun. Then we've got Auto Union with the Auto Union Type D. Then the BAC Mono. Bentley.
Yes.
They were absent until quite recently, but they are back.
They've added minimal.
In fact, they haven't added anything. They've just taken 2 off.
Yes. Oh well.
So
they've brought back minimal.
Yeah, so we've got the Continental Super Sports, the Bentayga,
Yep.
the Bentley 4.5 litre supercharged, and the Bentley 8 litre. They've got rid of the Continental GT Speed from 2013, I think, and the Bentley Turbo R, which is what I was hoping would go in 2005.
Yeah.
Because I don't really see the point of the 4.5 or the 8 litre.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean,
Because they were added because it was Britain, really. The British thing.
I don't think I've ever driven the 4.5 litre. I don't think I'll ever have a reason to drive
I've driven the 4.5.
It's slow. It's a gimmick.
The 4.5's good. It's the 8 litre I've never driven.
Oh,
I do own an 8 litre, but I've driven it like once.
Well, even then, I still don't really see the point. Same reasons.
But the Turbo R is a good car. It's a 90s luxury saloon.
Yeah.
It's quite quick.
So, I mean, it's just a bit stupid.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, so we're on to Beamer. Beamer have actually come away with quite a few.
I know, but there's still a few absentees that are not in this list, unfortunately. We are starting with the 2019 Z4, or the Supra, as I call it, which is the one that's basically a Supra. Or the Supra is basically a Z4 with a roof. But very nice car, and at least we can now finally put the Z4 and the Supra through their paces as a head-to-head, because they're both in the game now, so ka-ching. So we've got the Z4, the M40i, we've then got the F90 M5, got the M4 GTS, quite a good car actually, it's terrible in reality but it's good in the game. Then the M2, probably BMW's best car, probably one of BMW's best ever cars, modern cars anyway. The i8, you'll notice the i8 Roadster is not in this, but it was weird because it was added as the car pass car last time, so you'd have thought it would have been transitioned over, but nope.
Everybody wants a roof, apparently.
But that's one of the cars that would have made sense with the game having the. I don't think it's an electronic roof, but
I don't think it has a roof.
It's a Targa, really. So, then you've got the X6M. Why couldn't they have got rid of that? That's an ugly, useless piece of crap. It's horrible. Then we've got the M4. In its Austin yellow. It's not actually Austin yellow, but it looks like it. Or dehydrated pea yellow, if you ever wanted to know what it's similar to. The M6 F12, I think is the code number for that. Or F13, and the F13 is convertible though. Then we've got the M5 F10, 2012. The 1M, because they couldn't call it the M1 because they'd already built one. Then the X5M, which is also a traffic car as well.
You've got the traffic version of that, the normal M5, the M3.
The E60, so the E60 M5 is the one with the V10. Then the M3 E92. Z4M is back, which isn't a very good looking car really. Just shove in the convertible, it's better. It's got the electronic roof as well. M3 E46, very good car. This is where BMW now gets a lot better. M5 E39, fabulous car. M3 GTR, for those who want to play Need for Speed Most Wanted, which I don't. Z3M, very nice car. M3 E36, got the M5 E34. Another M3 with the E30. Then another M5 with the E28. And then obviously the M1. The 2002 Turbo, or the 2002 Turbo as it's actually known as. And the Isetta for the memes.
Nothing less expected than leaving out the bubble itself. Okay. Bugatti have gone very predictably. I'll be honest with you. I would not expect anything else from Bugatti.
What, of just the same cars that were in Horizon 4?
So we've got the Devo, which was that car pass or was that?
No, that was added to the festival playlist.
I know it was a special one.
Yeah.
Then we've got the Chiron, which was like a headliner for FH4, and then obviously the Veyron and the EB110.
And the Type 35 as well.
And the Type 35.
That's back.
Missed that. What a surprise! I missed that. Again, having the old cars are nice, but are they needed? Probably. Yes. Right, and then we've got Buick. We've got the Buick Regal. What was that? GNX. Flipping it. That's deceived me. From '87. Then we've got the GSX.
They have no relation, by the way.
Yes. Right, and then we've got the
Cadillac's gone very scarce because you'll notice there's two.
We've got the what's that? The CTS V sedan.
That's just CTSV. They don't do any. Why is they called it the CTSV sedan? Where sedan, by the way, is not the correct word. It's also known as a saloon. Yes. So why have they named it Why did they put the word sedan in? Because they only do the CTS-V as a saloon. It's not like the ATS, which is underneath, which comes as a coupe or a saloon.
It's just there's only one option.
It's not
the
needed. The old version from like 2010 had a coupe, a saloon, and an estate. The modern one from 2016 only has a saloon version. So what's the point in calling it? It's just completely stupid. And then they just call it the ATS-V. That's the one that needs to be defined, because that is a coupe version of the ATS-V. The ATS-V is a saloon. You call the ATS-V the ATS-V coupe when it's got 2 doors. We've got that mixed up.
Anyway, so I'm going the limo. So is the limo not in it?
Limo's not in it, no.
So
the limo was brilliant.
God knows what's happened to the limo.
Oh,
but yeah.
Poor thing.
What's this?
Can-Am Maverick.
The Can-Am
Maverick.
Who? Right, breezing on swiftly.
Caterham.
Yeah, Caterham. Super light was that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. So not the Caterham 711. Obviously.
Okay, so Chevrolet is pretty much how it is when Forza Horizon 4 ended. Because obviously they've now got the C8 in from standard. So we've got the C8 Corvette, the C7 ZR1 Corvette, the Camaro ZR1 1LE, and then we've got the Camaro ZR1. By the way, they're the same car, one's just got a massive wing on back.
Yeah. Which people would add anyway, so.
Yeah, Colorado ZR2, the C7 Corvette Z06, the Camaro Z28 2015, another Corvette C6 ZR1, got the C5 Z06 Corvette, the Impala Super Sport 1996, that was added quite late on into Horizon 4's lifespan. Got the Corvette C4 ZR1, the Monte Carlo SS, the Camaro Z28 from 1979, the Corvette ZR1 C3. You'll notice quite a lot of Corvettes. There is a C2 and 2 C1.
This is a lot of Chevrolets for a start. Wow, they really...
El Camino SS, Camaro Z28 1970, Chevelle SS, Camaro SS 1969, then the Nova SS. They love the word Super Sport at the Chevy, don't they? Corvette Stingray, classic, 427 coupe, absolutely gorgeous C2, love that thing. Impala SS from, I think, 1960-ish. Then we've got the Corvette C1 V8 from 1960. Then we've got the Bel Air.
Yep.
Sounds like something else if you're not careful. Then we've got the 150 utility sedan. And then we have the Corvette C1.
Yes. Yeah, original. Right?
Yeah. Which is a beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful. It was crap, but it was beautiful.
Then we've just got the Datsun 510 under Datsun,
or
of course.
The Datsun 240Z, which is listed under Nissan because this game was, for some reason, has the American names for certain cars.
Right.
But it's known as the Datsun 240Z, so that's technically a Datsun, but it isn't.
Right. Cool, but it's not under Datsun.
No.
Okay. Then we've got Deberti. Is that it?
Deberti design Toyota Tacoma TRD drifting truck.
Right. Yep.
The Chevrolet Silverado Deberti design drift truck. The Deberti design F-150 Pre-Runner, which isn't a drift truck, and the Deberti design Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, which isn't a drift SUV thing. They're not drifting.
Why? Oh,
I have no idea. They're all completely useless.
Bloody stupid. Anyway, DeLorean DMC-12.
New edition.
Yes.
Absolutely horrendous car in real life.
Of course.
Absolutely sick. Who doesn't love a DeLorean?
Yeah, yep.
Dual windows and everything. So it'd be nice to give that a bit of a thrash. I said before the before the car list videos, I said, oh, well, I can't wait to get that against the Lotus Esprit S1. Oh, that's not going to happen now, is it?
No, that's not happening.
Nope.
Right, then we've got Dodge, and Dodge have got quite a few as well.
Dodge Demon.
Yeah, we've got the Dodge Demon.
The Durango.
Yeah. The Viper, of course.
Which, by the way, does no longer sound like a lawnmower. But I won't drive it anyway, never drove them anyway. Yeah. So it never concerned me. I don't like Vipers anyway.
Okay, then we've got the Charger Hellcat.
Yeah.
SRT Hellcat.
The Challenger Hellcat, which is basically the same car but with 2 doors.
Then we've got the SRT Viper GTS.
Yeah, which is the same car as the ACR without a big wing.
Yeah. The Viper SRT10 ACR. Then we've got the Viper GTS ACR.
That's 1999.
Yeah,
that's the Viper I like. The one with the 8-litre V10 classic one manual gearbox. They do have manuals anyway in the other ones, but I just like that one. It's aesthetic. Aesthetic is nice. Yeah. They've got the Challenger RT 1970. We then obviously have the Charger Daytona, Mr. Big Wing.
Yeah.
We've got the Charger RT and the Dart Hemi Superstock, which is the one that was like really fast in Horizon 3.
Yeah, I just say it's like
a quick drag car one.
Yep. Okay. we've got the Exomotive, Exocet Off-Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd love to see though? Because obviously they do the Exocet XR5, I think it's called, which is in Motorsport 7, which is basically exactly the same car, but it's on slick tyres, big V8 up front with like nearly 600 horsepower rear drive. That thing is unbelievably fast and powerful. It's ridiculous. But it would be nice to see them together. But I don't know why. We've got the off-road in one game and the on-road in the other game. It's a bit weird.
Right, okay, then we've got Ferrari, which again, obviously, it's going to be a load of Ferraris. Children play the game.
There is, but well, obviously children are going to be quite disappointed to hear that there's some really good. Well, actually, not children, because they've removed the ones that kids don't like.
Yeah.
So the ones that I like have been removed.
Yes.
Specifically, the 599 GTO, which is criminal, and the 575M Maranello have gone, among a couple of others that aren't on here, which is mainly the classic ones have gone. So there's quite a few missing. But obviously, we're going to start with the 488 Pista, which is a very good car in offense. The Portofino, which I don't like the way that looks.
No.
812, I like the 812, super fast, cool car. GTC4 Lusso, F12 TDF.
Yeah.
There was another car in a minute that's missing. 488 GTB, FXXK,
Of course.
which is not that cool.
I know. I quite like the FFXK.
It's just like it's just a LaFerrari with just overkill.
It's quirky designs. Yeah, then we've got the LaFerrari.
We've got the LaFerrari, the 458 Speciale, the 599XX Evo, which is the kids' favourite.
Yeah.
They love that. It isn't kid friendly though, because it's a bit too fast for them. 458 Italia, which is a very good car. 430 Scuderia, very good car. FXXK, which is like the Enzo.
No, just the FFX.
The FXX is basically an Enzo that's just been turned up to 11. 360 Challenge Stradale, very good car. That probably one of the best on this Ferrari list. Actually, one of the better Ferraris. The Enzo, F50 GT, F50, F355 Berlinetta. Then you've obviously got the F40 competition. And the F40, which is Ferrari's best car ever.
Yes. So of course they would have to
glad the F40 is in.
tip that over.
Another one of my favourites, 288 GTO is returning. You can't miss the 288 GTO out. Exactly. Obviously, then got the Dino 246 GT, very nice car. The Daytona, which is that one, the 365 GTB/4, when it's just known as the Daytona in every other country, except from America for some weird reason. And then you've got the Ferrari Spa 330P4, aka the one that lost against the Ford GT40.
Yes, yeah.
The 250 GTO, and then the 250 Testarossa, and lastly the 250 California Spider from 1957. Other missing car that I think people will have just noticed, the F12 Berlinetta has been axed, which I was very, very shocked when I noticed. I was like, that's a bit of a controversial one to get rid of. Because it's quite a popular car.
Evidently what they're into at the moment, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll go on to Ford.
There is quite a few additions in this.
Yes.
Fair enough. They have removed some, but there's quite a few additions.
Right, well, we'll start with the Ford Bronco.
2021.
From the 2021, yes, so the very new one.
Yeah, that's the one that you can choose as one of your starter cars, which I'm very looking forward to getting into that. That's the one I'm going to be choosing.
That does look like a good first choice.
Well, it's got 330 horsepower, 2.7 litre twin turbo V6. So I'm fairly alright. Pretty nippy, so it's in about 6 seconds flat. So it'll be a good. It's not a slow car at all. It's a nice little car.
Then we've got the Mustang Shelby GT50.
GT500.
GT500. Bloody hell, there's more room.
New one.
Race version.
Which they've literally only just added into Horizon 4, so it's nice to see that. Then they've got the Bronco R, the racing car thing, which is another new one. Another new one is the Ford F450 Super Duty.
Yeah, doesn't look too bad. The Ford Ranger Raptor from 2019. The Mustang RTR, which is
there's two drift cars. They're basically exactly the same car, just with different numbers. So 25 and 88 are back. We've then got the RTR Spec 5, which is the one with the 10-speed automatic gearbox and the wide body, but same horsepower as the 2018 Mustang GT, which is also in the game. Then got the Ford GT. Obviously, they're not going to get rid of that. Very good car. One of the only modern supercars I actually like. The Rahal Letterman Fiesta, the M Sport Fiesta RS, the Rocky Bronco. That is what it's called. The Ford Focus RS. You'll be glad to hear that is back. If you like that.
I do.
It's a brilliant car. And then we've got the F-150 Raptor.
F-150 Raptor, yeah.
That's exactly what I was meant to say.
You
I was
did
confused
say
by the F-450 though before.
Yeah.
Anyway, Then we've got the Shelby GT350R, as you would expect. Very good cars though, they are nice. Then we've got the Falcon GT-F351, the FPV one, which is an Aussie car, by the way. It's not Ford UK or Ford US, it's the Australian Ford FPV company, who also do the Pursuit, which is also in the game. Then got the Rockstar 150 truck, which is a big truck thing. And then a Ranger T6 Rally Raid, which is just a big truck thing. Then got the Fiesta ST, which is a brilliant car. However, it still isn't the new one, which I'm gutted about.
New one still hasn't.
I thought they'd have added that, because it literally came out in 2017.
Yeah, they should have added it, to be fair, but
it is a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
Don't know what's going on there.
Shelby GC500 2013, very good car. F-150 Raptor 2011, Transit Super Sport Van, which is just a Ford Transit. With a slightly bigger diesel engine. Crown Vic. Focus RS 2009, which is the Asbo as it's known by Jeremy Clarkson. It's the Yobbo mobile, the ones that go past your house every night, and you're like, just shut up.
You just get the really edgy kids driving the orange ones.
Well, they're the STs actually. The STs are the ones that are driven by always rice. They are, as Hammond would say, the RS from 2009 is driven by the sort of bloke who's always the one to start the singing on the overplane.
Yeah, that's true.
Ford GT 2005. Then the RS from 2003. Mark 1 RS. Ka-ching, love that. SVT Cobra R, which is the side pipes one. It's just a bit crazy. Probably the best car in the entire game here. The Ford Racing Puma. Puma. Racing Puma is... I'm glad they didn't get rid of the Racing Puma. I love that car. It's absolutely fabulous. Probably one of the best looking Fords as well. It's beautiful. Then the Super Van 3.
So it looked like the X-Class Mentalists film.
Yes, that is for basically anybody who's sick to death of Amazon slow service or DPD slow service, and they just need parcels delivering very quickly. Then you've got the SVT Cobra, the Fox Body Mustang as it's known as, from 1993. I do like a Fox Body Mustang. I like the way they look. They're absolutely horrendous cars though, but I still like the way they look. I think they're really cool. Then we've got the Escort Corsair, as you would of course expect. A brilliant car. Then we've got the Sierra RS500 Corsair. Hoping they will add the Sapphire Corsair at some point.
That would be nice.
Would be lovely. Then we've got the Escort RS Turbo from 1986, which was, I think, the first barn find you earned in Horizon 4. Okay. Remember, it's the one at the top of the mountain.
Yes.
Then we've got the RS200 Evolution, which is a car that's heavily overused in Forza. And a lot of people drive it because it's fast and actually don't drive it because it's a good car. They don't really know the backstory of the RS200 and don't appreciate it for it being a brilliant car. They just appreciate it for being overpowered, which is what annoys me. Then we've got the XR2, 1981. Wouldn't expect anything less of Forza to sit the XR2 in. There is a couple actually that were not in the list at first, but they have added back since I kicked off. Well, no, it was just because they hadn't finished the list. So. Then we've got the Escort RS 1800 rally car, and then just the standard Escort RS 1800. The Bronco, the old one. Then the Capri.
Yes, the Ford Capri.
Oh my god, beautiful car. Love the Capri. My driving instructor binned one on a roundabout, a 3 litre, which is a 3.1. This one, which is exactly the same car, just slightly more powerful. Slightly bigger engine, but there's literally, it's just bored out slightly more. But yeah, he binned an 3 litre Mark 1 Capri on a roundabout. Escort RS 1600 Mark 1, the classic Escort, you know, that is a sick car. They're worth an absolute fortune them now. Then got the 1972 Falcon, XAGTHO. That's an overly complicated name. That's just like they just play Scrabble with the last few letters of that name. Then the GT70. Then the Boss 302, Mustang 1969, and then obviously the Fastback, which was added through the Car Pass last time in Horizon 4. We've then got a Racing Escort Mark 1 from 1967, and then the two that were missing that everybody in the entire world who's actually got a decent taste in cars decided to shout about was the fact that they removed the Mark II Ford GT40 and the Lotus Cortina. You cannot, I cannot conceive of the minds of people who think that removing the Lotus Cortina is a good idea. It is one of the best cars ever built. It's fabulous. So I was fuming when I noticed that wasn't in. But the GT40 is there. I'm glad to see that, obviously. The Mark 1 is also, we'll come to that in a bit, but the Cortina's back, so I'm glad about that. Then we've got the classic 1965 Mustang, the oldie Ford Transit van, which is quite nice actually. I like the old Transit van, it's quite cute, it's quite an interesting little thing. Mark 1 GT40, by the way, Ford is the biggest brand, by the way.
Yes.
Anglia 105E.
Yeah.
Don't know why they kept the Anglia. No idea why. When they've got rid of stuff like the Eagle Speedster, which is one of fuming. I'm absolutely fuming about. But yeah, then they've got the Ford F100 1956, and the Ford Deluxe Coupe 1940, and the Ford Deluxe 5 Window from 1932.
How exciting!
I know.
Right. Then we've got the Formula Drift group, which I couldn't care less about.
Yeah, to be honest, I couldn't accept from the 325i. So we've got the Formula Drift 370Z, then we've got the Maloo, the Mustang, the Corvette, the 599 GTB Fiorano, which is actually quite cool, actually. It's quite cool. A big, heavy 2-ton Ferrari just sideways. It's ridiculous. Then the Dodge Viper, the 240SX, and the BMW 325i, which I like. The E21 3 Series. And that's it.
Yeah.
They have removed 2. The older 240SXs have gone, but they've still got the same out pretty much. Then we've got the Funko F9, which if you remember from Fortune Island is a 1,750 horsepower buggy. Ridiculous.
Okay, then we've got the GMC, oh, we've got GMC even. We've got the Vanjura and the Jimmy.
The Jimmy is a barn find. It's one of the barn finds.
Where's the Cyclone gone?
This is what I question. They added the Cyclone and its sibling, the Typhoon, into Horizon 4. And I was chuffed. I was like, right, they're going to be in Horizon 5, aren't they? But turns out, no. They've removed the Cyclone and the Typhoon. I love the Cyclone. I mean, it's flawed, yes. Its gearbox is terrible, and it's a pickup truck, so it's not as good to drive as something that's a bit smaller and lighter. But it's a small pickup truck, so it's actually a bit
whack the Jimmy in instead. Who's he? Who's Jimmy? Anyway, we've got Hennessy and the Hennessy Velociraptor. Pickup truck.
The 6-wheel one.
Yes. Oh, right. Yeah, it's got 6 wheels.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then obviously the Hennessy Venom GT.
What annoys me is I do not like the Venom GT. In fact, I heavily dislike the Hennessy Venom GT. But for God's sake, why have they still got the 2012 one in the game? There's been 2 different versions of that car with more power and a better top speed since 2012. That's the original.
Yeah, that was 2012 car from the FH1.
They've literally got the original 2012 one with 1,200 horsepower. They then updated that car to 1,224 horsepower and increased the top speed to 270.49 specifically. And then the final edition, in about 2017, I think, had 1,460 horsepower. So why can't we have one of those? Why do we have to have the original Bogo standard one that's just like heavily outdated, or just not have it at all and put a much better car in, like Hillman Imp, which is now no longer in it? I will get some hate for saying Hillman Imp is better in the game than a Venom GT, but the fact is it's less useless because it's actually decent at something, which is also known as going sideways, and the Venom is just a useless waste of space.
So, right, okay. Then we've got Holden and the Holden Tirana A9X. Yeah, did you say that right? Yeah. And the Holden Sandman.
Oh, I like that. Mr. Salmon!
Yeah.
And
and
the Old Manara.
Yeah, the Old Manara. Okay.
They're just Horizon 3.
Right, okay. And then we do have Honda as well, which I was debating because the fact that they put Acura in and Honda is just a bit weird. Because surely you'd put one or the other in.
No, because Acura make different cars to Honda.
Why don't you just put the Honda NSX in? So the Acura
Well, I don't
NSX.
know. That's what I questioned. I mean, the
Like
Acura RSX. What's the
still
point of the? What they could have done is just get rid of Acura, put the Honda NSX in from 2017, put the Honda Integra Type R in the UK one, which is better anyway, and then just get rid of the RSX, so it's a useless waste of space. And then you'd have a manufacturer free for better than other cars. Then I know it as the Honda NSX.
Yeah.
When I drive it, I don't call it Acura. If I do a video on it, it's called the Honda NSX. If it's in a drag race, I title the video Honda NSX versus. I don't use the term Acura.
Yeah.
Even if I'm in the Integra, it's only the RSX that I give the term Acura to. So it's completely waste of space.
But we do have Honda. We start with the Civic Type R from 2018.
Yeah, then we've got the GRC rally car, we've got the Civic Type R 2016, the S2000 CR, which is the one that's called the S2000 Credits for me, because that's what CR stands for. We've got the ugly Type R, 2007 one, NSX R GT 2005, NSX Type R 2005, the Civic Type R 2004, S2000 Classic one 2003, just the classic S2000, that's just the normal one. Then the Civic Type R 1993, the Rice Mobile as it's known as, the Prelude SI from 1994, the NSX Type R 92, the CRX SIR 1991, very good car, CRX Mugen, and last but not least, the Civic RS, which, if you remember, is the tiny little 1970s hatchback with 76 horsepower that you could turn into an X-Class if you was crazy enough.
Madness. Right, then we've got Hoonigan. Again, personally, I couldn't care less about
Yeah, neither could I. So, with three of these, Gymkhana 10 Focus, got an Escort RS, got the RX-7 Twerk Stallion, which is just a pathetically cringy name. Gymkhana 10 Escort, you've got the Rothfeld Big Griff 911, the RS200 Evolution, which is overpowered, which is like the overpowered king, as we all know, which I hate people who drive those. RS 1800 Escort, it's a nice car actually. Then the only one I like, the Hoonie truck, the Napalm Nova, Gymkhana 10 Hoonicorn, Gymkhana 9 Hoonicorn. That's a waste of a space. Why don't you just have one? And then the Hoonigan Chevy Bel Air.
Yeah. Okay.
Then Hot Wheels, we have two because that one you don't drive.
Okay.
So you've got the Bone Shaker and the Twin Mill. I'm sad to see the Mustang go because Mustang was really good.
But I mean, them two were kind of the most iconic. Like the Bone Shaker was probably one of the most iconic.
Well, the Twin Mill you could put like 1900 horsepower.
Yeah, the Twin Mill was good car to drive. Bone Shaker was just iconic to be a Hot Wheels car.
Yeah.
So that's that. Okay, then we have HSV.
We've got the Maloo and the GTS 2014. We've got the Hummer H1.
Yeah.
Hyundai Veloster N.
That's it. That's present. Infinity, the Q60 concept.
Why did it still have the concept? The production version has been out 5 years now. They just need to update the cars. Then we've got the International Scout. I have one of them for online adventure early on in my Horizon 4 career. I've still got it actually. It was quite a funky little car. We've got the Ital Design Zero Uno.
Okay, and then we've got Jag, which I've got quite a few as well. Including the new electric I-Pace.
Yeah. Then the F-Pace. Yeah. The Project 7 F-Type. Then the standard F-Type. The XFRS. The XES, which if you have played Horizon 3, you'll know is unbelievably fast, capable of 283 miles an hour. You've got the XJ220, which is also unbelievably fast in Horizon 3, as we know. Both of them are unbelievably slow in Horizon 4, though, which I think is unfair. Then we've got the oh no, we're not onto that yet. XKRS, they've ditched the XKRS GT now as well, another one with a big wing, I don't know why. Then, the one I'm glad to see is the CX-75. I'm glad to see that back. Nice car.
Was that made in production?
That was the James Bond Spectre.
Yes.
That was in Spectre.
But it was no production, was it?
Nope. They axed it at the last minute. They bailed out. They didn't have big enough chahungas to put it into production, unfortunately.
So, by those things, they had the James Bond pack, didn't they, for FH4 on release, or more or less on release. And now they've kind of just put all the normal versions in, so they've got the original DB5. Well, then we've not got the Esprit, so it's just stupid.
There's only one of the James Bond cars that we've actually got is the Jag.
Yeah.
All the others have been.
Well, then we've got the DB5.
No, there was the DB5 in Horizon 4, and then there was the DB5 James Bond edition. Yeah. So we haven't gained the DB5.
Yeah, that's a good.
We've only gained the Jag.
This is stupid.
I know. Then we've got the XJ220. Yep. Obviously, and then the XJR15, which is one of the brand new editions.
Yep. Okay.
And I believe it's a barn find.
That'd be quite a nice barn find.
I think it's a barn find, one of the new ones. We've then got the lightweight E-Type, the standard E-Type 1961, the Mark II 3.8, very good car. The D-Type is back, and that's
Jag. Okay, I thought there's a lot more Jags than there was. Okay, we've got Jeep. And the Gladiator Rubicon from 2010.
I like the Gladiator. It's quite cool. We've got the Jeep Grand Cherokee Track Hawk, which is a waste of space. Trailcat, another waste of space. Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, another waste of space. The Wrangler Rubicon, which will be quite interesting against. Actually, I'm not even going to stick that against the Defender. I'm going to use the Wrangler. I'm going to use the Gladiator because it's newer. That looks cooler.
Yep.
And then we've got the CJ5 Renegade.
How nice.
But then the kids are also going to be really disappointed to hear that Koenigsegg has lost 2 cars. We've got the Jesko, the Agera RS, the Regera, the 1-1, the CCGT, and the CC8S. The Agera and CCX have been axed.
Wow.
Then we've got the KTM Crossbow R, and then Lamborghini, which is not one I'm going to enjoy going through. We don't need to go back.
No.
So we've got the Urus, got the Huracan Performante. Somebody kill me. The Urus is worse.
Okay.
We've got the Centenario.
Kira said he wants to drive the Centenario.
Aventador SV.
Yeah.
The Heridicar LB610-4. Do not like that car at all. Veneno. The Aventador LB700-4. Sesto Elemento. 5th element is what that means, by the way. No, 6th element.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, we have got 5 elements.
6th element in Italian, I think. The Gallardo Super Veloce, the SV. Another Super Veloce is the Murcielago. It's back. The Reventon, the Diablo GTR, Diablo SV, which is also Super Veloce. Why do they write Super Veloce out for every single car except for the Diablo? That makes no sense. They need to make them add up. Then probably the best car of all the Lambos, the Countach LP5000 Quattro Valvole. I understand why they didn't spell out Quattro Valvole. It's a stupid name. Then we've got the LM002 and lastly the Miura.
Yes.
She's nice.
Indeed. Right, then we've got Land Rover, which obviously got some nice ones here.
Yeah, they haven't actually removed any Land Rovers. We've just added one. A brand new one to add to the 5 that we had in Horizon 4. So we have the brand new Defender 110, which I do know for a fact now that it is the P400, so it's the top of the range petrol. There is a V8 one, but by the time they'd been modelling the Defender, that's the top of the range one.
Okay.
So we've got that. So 395 bhp, that'll be interesting. We've got the Velar, the P381. Then we've got the Sport SVR, which needs updating because there's now a facelift version of that. The 1997 Defender 90. One of my favourites, the classic 1973 Range Rover, and the Land Rover Series 3 from 1972.
Okay. We've got Lexus, which is...
We have lost one but gained one, so it's like swapped. No, so we've got the same amount of Lexuses that we had, but we've had one replaced. So we've got the RCF, we've got the fabulous LFA back.
It's nice to see back.
Then the SC300, which is the one that wasn't in Horizon 4. But they've got rid of the ISF. So just swap them over.
Okay. Then we've got Local Motors Rally Fighter.
Most useless
care
car in the
less.
world.
The Lola
Penske Sunco T70 something.
I can't really care less. Right, Lotus.
Lotus. You will notice
absolutely nerfed.
6. There's no Evora. There's no Esprit. There's no Esprit S1. There's no Elise 111S. They've got more than that. They've got rid of. No 211 either. No 11. Ridiculous. So basically, they thought, we'll get rid of 6 of the best Lotuses ever built, pretty much, or the majority of them being some of the best Lotuses ever built, and we'll just replace it with a ridiculously fast car that isn't even out yet, which is the Lotus Evija, which is an electric car, which I'm probably going to drive once in a drag race against the Rimac, and then probably do a challenge with it, and that's it. So the Evija, the 311, the XEJS, the Elise Sport 190, the Elise GT1, and the Elan, and that is it for the Lotus fans.
What are they?
How pathetic is that?
Lotus got nerfed big time. Okay.
Maserati did as well. We've got 3. We've got the Maserati Levante S, the Gran Turismo S, and the MC20 Version Corsa. We don't even have the standard MC20 anymore. They've got rid of that.
On earth, man. Right, okay. And on to Mazda.
Yeah, luckily Mazda is decent. They have got rid of 2. No, 3 decent ones, but they were only added to Horizon 4 quite late on. Well, 2 of them were. So it's still quite a decent list. We've got the ND MX-5, we've got the NC MX-5, we've got the RX-8, the that doesn't go. We've got the NB MX-5, which is still the turbo one, which they need to replace with the NA one, the naturally aspirated one. Then we've got the RX-7 Spirit R, the RX-7. These are the FDs. Then we've got the MX-5 NA, obviously, which is 1.8 hardtop, and then the FC Savannah RX-7.
Yeah.
So
that's all right. Yeah. Okay. McLaren, I've got quite a few.
Yes. So brand new addition, the McLaren GT.
Yep.
Then we've got the Speedtail. Yeah. The 720S Spider, the Senna, the 720S, 600LT, 650S, 570S, P1, F1 GT, and F1.
Yeah. That's it.
That's the McLarens.
Fair play. Okay, and on to Merc. We've got the Mercedes AMG 1.
Yeah, obviously we've got the Project 1, which is the cover car, as we all know. Then we've got the E63.
Mercedes AMG, sorry.
Yeah. Then we've got the GT63S 4MATIC plus 4-door coupe, if you want the full title, or the GT 4-door. We've then got the GTR, which I quite like the GTR. Hopefully they fix the sound on that, because that thing sounded mega in Horizon 3. Just that it didn't have enough bass, but that's just Horizon 3. And then C63S coupe.
And then we're on to Benz, where we've got the Merc X Class, of course.
Why the? What's the? Oh, that's the traffic. That one.
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Then we've got the Tank Pool racing truck. We've got the G63 AMG 6x6.
Yes, which will be nice to see. We've got two 6x6s.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to.
I did drag race those in Horizon 4.
Oh, we've always had to. We had the other one as well.
They had it in really late on.
Okay. It's probably one side disappeared off the platform.
The Uni Mog is back, or the Uni God as I call it, because basically, if you get in the way of that thing, you will end up underneath the mat floor.
Yes, it is.
So be careful.
Especially in your PLP 50s.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Peel's not in.
Oh, what a surprise! Is it not really? 2013
E63.
Yeah.
Then we've got the A45. G-Wagon, G65, which they seriously need to update with the new one.
Yep.
The C63 Black Series, SLK55, SLS.
Yes. The AMG CLK GTR.
190E Cosworth. This is not the car. The 190E Cosworth, you do not pronounce it Cosworth, because it isn't a British northern sports saloon. It is a German sports saloon, and they pronounce things as Cosworth because they're not.
Because they're German.
Because they're not rough.
Yes.
So yeah, it's Cosworth for the Mercedes. It's Cosworth. We've got to say Cosworth like that for the Ford. Yes. Then we've got the Hammer Coupe, or the Mallet, as it's been called by me quite a few times, just for a complete laugh. I like the Hammer Coupe. Yeah. It's cool. And then the 300 SL. The W154 and the SSK.
Yes. Fair. Right. Then we've got Mayors.
Manx.
It's just got the Manx, yeah. Make a wheelie Manx. Why not?
1MG. The Metro 6R4.
Yeah.
And the Mini is we've got the X-Ray John Cooper Works Rally Raid Baja thingamajig. Yeah. Then we've got the Countryman JCW. Yeah. X-Raid All 4 Racing Countryman. The JCW GP2 Mini, the JCW Mini, and then the classic 65 Cooper S. Yes. It's a brilliant car.
Indeed. I'm not too bothered about half them. They're all like rally cars, apart from the original Mini, which obviously you could.
I will be taking that for a spin right now. So.
Yeah. Okay, then we've got Mitsubishi. Again, I can really care less about most of these.
I like the Evo 6.
Yeah.
And I like the Mitsubishi GTO, and I like the Starion. So basically, we've got the Evo 10, Evo 9, Evo 8. Evo 6, somebody couldn't count. Eclipse. GTO. Then Eclipse. And then the Starion. Unless you're Gran Turismo, in which it has the Evo 10, Evo 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. God, they were the days of good car lists.
Okay, we've got Morgan 3-wheeler, of course.
I like the 3-wheeler.
Not much expected. Morris Minor. Of course.
Oh god, the Mosler. We're gonna have kids ramming in towards at 280 miles an hour now.
Yep. The
Napier Railton.
Same thing.
It's got an airplane engine.
Yeah. Fair. I mean.
And no brakes.
I won't put them.
It only has 2 brakes for. It's got 4 wheels. Normally, a car has a brake for a wheel. But it has 2. I think It's either it's got absent front brakes and it's got ones at the back, or it's the other way around.
Marvellous. Okay, then we've got Nissan, and we've got the Nissan GTR R35 2017.
Surprised you actually knew that was going to be R35.
No, no, I'm so talented. Just don't read the name of it. Right.
Oh, does it actually say?
We've got the.
I didn't even know.
We've got the Nissan Titan Warrior. Well, yeah, that one. Then we've got the Nissan GTR Black Edition.
Which is just a GTR.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
370Z. Then we've got some rally raid off-road truck thing with a big wing.
Yeah.
350Z, also known as the Fur Lady Z if you're American. It's known as the 350Z.
Yeah.
They're going to be known as their code numbers. So if you start there and you're like, what the hell are you on about? We'll learn your car names correctly, and it's not called the Fur Lady Z in any other country, so deal with it. Then got the Skyline GTR R34, Silvia S15, with the R390, Silvia S14. I don't know my S. All knows it's a 1998 one. Then the R33 Skyline, the Nismo GTR LM, the 1994 Silvia, the 300ZX, the Skyline GTR R32, then the 240SX, and the S13 Silvia. I do know that one. The Datsun Sunny GTIR, also known as the Nissan Pulsar GTIR, the R31 Skyline, the 1973 Skyline 2000 GTR, the 1971 Skyline 2000 GTR, and last but no means least, the Datsun 240Z.
Original. Okay, we've got the Opel Manta.
You will notice no Noble.
Oh, it's true, actually. Yeah.
Opel Manta 400, I like that car actually. Pagani, quite scarce, got the Zonda R, the Wyra BC, and the Cinque Roadster.
Yeah.
No Wyra this time, the standard Wyra anyway.
We've got the Penhall, the collar?
The Cholla. I call it
Cholla?
the Cholla, but
The
you know,
Cholla?
who has any idea what that's called?
If I say collar, it sounds like I'm going to end up finishing some water disease. Anyway, right, we've got Peugeot and the Peugeot 207 Super 2000. How interesting. 205 Rally E. 205.
The 205 Rally is brilliant.
Yeah.
It's just a pity they didn't put the GTI in.
Yeah.
Because that's even more brilliant. But then again,
I couldn't care less about all these three.
the 205 Rally is the only Peugeot in that list that's actually worth being in the game.
So that's it. Then we've got the 205 Turbo 16 and the 205 T16.
They're the same.
They are the same. Doesn't matter. I can't read. Are they the same?
They're the same. That's just a special edition.
Oh,
Ignore that.
ignore me. Yeah, we've got the Plymouth Cuda.
Yeah.
Yeah. 426
Oh god,
heavy.
not the Polaris.
Polaris. Yeah. Was that a shocking car?
Yes, it was. It was terrible.
Yeah. Was it a free car or something? I
I
can't
don't
quite
know.
remember.
It was an absolute shocker.
Yeah, we've got the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am GTO.
And then we've got the Trans Am from 77, and then the Pontiac GTO.
Yeah, okay. Then we've got the Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Turbo S. Yeah.
Yeah, which you might go, I thought that was electric. It is electric. They just call it Turbo S because it's a bit weird. It has no connection to turbos at all, unless they can magically fit turbos to an electric car, which you can't.
Yes.
Then got the 2019 GT3 RS, the 911 Carrera S 2019, which is the 992. We'll go for the code names, why not? Macan Turbo. Then we've got the 991 GT2 RS, 718 Cayman. We've got the Cayenne Turbo, the Macan Rally Raid, the Panamera Turbo, the 991.1 GT3 RS. Would confuse a lot of people now. On purpose. Cayman GT4, Cayman GTS 918, 911 Turbo S 991. And then we've got the 997 GT2 RS, the 996 GT3, which that's your Phil's got a 996, but he doesn't have a GT3.
Yes.
Obviously. Carrera GT. The 911 GT1 Strassen version, which if you don't know what Strassen version means, that means road version, because Strasse is street in German. I have studied German. I think if it isn't street, I'm probably gonna get shot by.
Well, I mean that would sound.
Does
right.
make sense.
Yeah,
like street version, it makes sense, doesn't
it? Street.
Then we've got the 911 GT2 993, the 968 Turbo S, the 911 off-road racing rally thing. 944 Turbo, 959, 959 Rally, 911 Turbo 3.3, 930, 911 Carrera RS 2.7, 917 LH, 914-6, and the 356A 1600 Super.
How riveting.
It's just a bunch of numbers. Like, Porsche is so good, it's just a bunch of numbers.
Oh, it's just 911 several times. New York's getting PTSD. Right, we've got the Radical RXC Turbo. Of course, decent handling little car. Maybe, I don't know. It was. I don't know if it still is.
Yeah.
Probably.
The Razor Tachyon.
Oh, no, like you spell razor, but alright.
It's an absolutely, if you don't know what it is, it's a horrendously ugly, useless, stupid, unbelievably horrible electric car.
How interesting. Right, and then we've got the Ram 2500 Power Wagon.
Yeah.
My mum didn't want to work then. The Reliant Supervan, of course.
Who doesn't want the Reliant though?
Who doesn't want a Reliant?
Who doesn't want Del Boy to
in
roll over in Mexico?
Everybody creating them Del Boy paint jobs and littering the online section with it.
Renault is quite scarce, but they have added one in which I'm going to go a bit overexcited with a bit. So we've got the RS Megane, the new one. We've got the RS Clio 200. We've got the Megane R26R. Glad to see that in, actually. It's a brilliant car. The Renault Clio Williams, a fabulous little thing. Renault 5 Turbo, very fabulous. And, new addition, the Renault 4. Who doesn't want... Oh my god, the Renault 4 is sick. Basically, the Renault 4 is Renault's version of the 2CV. Just rugged, light, dependable, small family car that has nothing special going for it except from it is just an unbelievably decent car. In every single field, it just isn't fast. But then again, who needs a fast car when you've got 30-mile-an-hour speed limits? No one. If you want to take it up Mount Everest, it will go up Mount Everest. It might struggle a little bit because it's only got 30 horsepower or something, but it will go up Mount. You basically drop a Renault 4 from space, it plummets to the ground to its death, and it will still start. They're that rugged and that reliable. They're like the 2CVs. Except when they don't have the sophisticated suspension the 2CV's got. But they're brilliant. I can't wait to take it for a bit of a spin. And I wish the 2CV was in because we'd do a The People Cars special video with the Beetle and the Mini as well and stuff. So just hopefully they add the 2CV in at some point.
Okay, then we've got Rimac and Rimac Concept 2, which was
surprised.
Yeah, it's under Concept 2.
I'm surprised, yeah. I thought they'd have called it the Navera, but never mind.
Maybe, obviously, this is all pre-release, so maybe on release or change it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You might do. Okay. The RJ Anderson Polaris Rockstar
truck thing.
Truck, in it.
And then we've got the Celine S1, the Celine S7.
Yeah.
Shelby Cobra 427, which should be, in my opinion, listed under AC because it's an AC Cobra. And the actual full title is the AC Shelby Cobra because the AC Cobra is a British car, and Shelby supplied the 7-litre V8 that was in the bonnet, under the bonnet. So
it's a bit weird. It's under their own bracket. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But, anyway.
The Shelby Daytona Coupe, which is technically an AC, but also isn't. So that should be listed as Shelby. And that is the reason why we have speed limits on the M1. Oh, well, we have speed limits in the UK because it hit 191 miles an hour on the M1. And the government was like, that's a bit ridiculous. We don't want people doing that. And then Vauxhall was like, yeah, we'll supply 30 years later. Oh, yeah, we'll supply a car that can do that with 4 doors.
Fair. Okay, and then we've got Sierra Cars RX3.
I have no idea if you
2021.
can actually drive that car in this game.
I don't, it looks a bit like an Atom or something, but I can't quite tell.
It's a bit weird.
Couldn't care less, to be fair. If you can drive it, I can't see me driving it. Don't care.
Then we've got some Scoobies. We've got the 2015 Impreza WRX STI, then the BRZ, the 2011 version, 2011 Scooby, the Scooby hatchback, the 2005 Scooby, the 2004 Blob Eye Scooby, and then the 22B.
Again, couldn't care less, I'll be honest with you.
20B's sick.
Yeah.
20B. Toyota, we've got the brand new GR Supra on the new edition.
That's nice to see.
We've got the GT86, which I've noticed they've changed the name of just to 86.
That's not what it's called.
It's called the GT86, or the brand new 2021 version, which isn't in the game, the GR86. Anyway, we've got the A80 Supra. We don't have a 12-year-olds running about without any clothes on, celebrating that's in the game.
Indeed.
Then we've got the Celica GT4.
Yeah.
The one with the 4 lights at the front. We've got the A70 Supra. We're going to have 70-year-olds running about without the clothes on in celebration about that one. In fact, it's genuinely a better car than the A80 in terms of its styling, and it's not overrated. I do like the A70. Then we've got the Celica GT4, the one with the pop-up headlamps. The one that is famous for cheating, rallying. Toyota cheated with that.
Oh, nice.
Got themselves disqualified, and that's why Colin McRae also dominated the podiums, because Toyota wasn't there. And they had faster cars, but they only had faster cars because they cheated. Anyway, it's not going to rallying. We then got the MR2 SC from 1989. The Sprinter, also known as, if you couldn't be bothered pronouncing that. It's called the AE86. You're gonna have all Tokyo Drift fans running around naked in celebration of that one. Then you've got the Toyota FJ40 Land Cruiser, which, if you are a regular player of Forza, you will realise was not in Horizon 4, but was in Horizon 3 as a barn find, and has now returned to the franchise.
Possibly as a barn. I can't see him doing it twice.
Then we've got the Celica GT from 1974. Then the Toyota 2000 GT, absolutely beautiful car.
Okay, right then we've got TVR.
We've got the Griffith, which is the new one that's still not actually in production yet because I don't think they've yet built a factory. I don't know. And then we've got the TVR Cigaris and the Cerberus Speed 12.
Yes. Okay, then we've got Ultima and the Ultimate. What the? Ultima Coupe 1020. I'll go with that. Yeah, I mean that's been the game for a while, isn't it? Okay, Vauxhall, very short. Corsa VXR and the Monaro VXR.
How poor is that?
Wow.
That's poor.
Where's your Lotus Carlton then?
Where's the Lotus Carlton, which is one of the top 5 in terms of all-time greats. That's not me being biased. That's just a genuine fact. There's probably no greater car than that. The only reason it doesn't get the number 1 slot is because it's too expensive. It gets the number 2 slot on my list, and we have compiled the list, and we will be doing a video on it at some point. So I don't know why that's not there, but then there's no Astra VXR, there's no VX220 Turbo, which is
Insignia VXR.
No Insignia VXR, which is brilliant and fast. Not there. But who knows? This might get updated.
Yeah.
But then VW is a bit poor also. It's just not had any new additions. So we've got some Beetle rally car, Golf R, then Scirocco R, then another Golf R, which is the Mark 6. Golf R32 Mark 4. They somehow just bypassed the existence of the Mark 5 Golf. I don't know why Forza do that. Then we've got the Mark 3 Golf GTI VR6. We've got the Corrado VR6, the Mark 2 Golf GTI, the Golf GTI Mark 1, the Scirocco 1981, some Beetle rally cars, other Beetle rally car, and then the VW Beetle, and then the Volkswagen Type 2 camper van thing.
Yes.
Then Volvo, we've got 3, which is quite poor also. The V60 Polestar, the 850R, glad to see the 850R, brilliant car. The 242 Turbo, and then third to last car, Vol 05RR. Then the Willys Jeep, which is listed under Willys and not Jeep, which is weird. I suppose to have a brand called Willys is quite funny.
I mean, I reckon that's why they've done it, to be fair with you.
Only people from Britain will understand why that's funny, because it's not a term used by any other country.
That is true, but they could just put it in Jeep, couldn't they? You know what I mean? It's not needed. But whatever, each to their own, like,
anyway.
And
eventually the Zenvo TSRS, which is the one with the wing that can't decide whether it wants to be straight or whether to do this.
Yes. So.
Oh my god.
Wow, that is everything that we've kind of got there. Kind of the things in like the developer releases of the game, the pre-releases. That's kind of what the garage looked like.
But in all fairness, it is only a week and a bit.
Yeah.
Well, recording when this releases, it'll be around exactly a week until the actual game comes out. Or less than a week. It might be a few days.
Really isn't much now left.
So I don't see how in that time that's going to change dramatically.
No.
It might change, but it won't change dramatically.
If anything, you could just end up dragging a couple car files across from past games, maybe. I don't know. something like that. Modifications,
But obviously-
nothing mad's gonna happen. A few cars might be added, dropped. I don't know.
Yeah.
But-
So obviously, what we will do is, of course, we will inform you if anything comes up. I will do a separate video of the car list again, with the updated cars in, I will also pin comments in each of the released videos about what's added and what's not. So you can go to the link of the newer video when it uploads.
Have a look in the comments as well if you're
that's-
thinking of any changes, and if you strangely spotted any changes that we've not. Yes, tell us.
Or if you missed anything, because we did try and read out like 500 cars.
Yes.
So I think there's 526 on that list.
Wow.
That's what I believe. So there is a hell of a lot.
That's why this video is quite long if you haven't spotted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm supposed to be keeping most uploads for half an hour, but that's not going to happen
That's not
with this
happening.
because
So to be fair,
there's
we
a lot.
anticipated this video.
we anticipated them being long, these ones. So obviously when Horizon 5 comes out, I will try and keep as many uploads as possible into the half an hour mark.
Yes.
Including the
Hopefully
day
they'll-
one videos that will come out with several Let's Plays, really, rather
Yes.
than just one big, huge 2-hour video.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm hoping to do, but I'm going to end up getting mine a lot later. So it's probably going to be a bit dull for me to be doing that. We'll see.
obviously, we'll keep you updated, and obviously check in the comments. Comment your thoughts on the car list. I did do a community poll on what you think of the car list. Obviously, please go and visit the community section and vote.
Yeah.
Most
That's
people have said
another
it's quite
reason.
good, but I think.
Oh, we'll see
it's quite
after this video.
disappointing.
And that's it. Make sure you subscribe as well, because that way the community tab or the community posts appear in your sub box, and that way you can voice your opinion on the polls and the other questions that will be
I'll
posted
be posting
on the community tab.
just updates. So obviously, when new videos have been released, I'll put the thumbnail with the link. I'll post polls, thoughts on certain cars, etc. I'll just do as much as I can. Obviously, we're going to do quite a few videos. The actual channel has calmed down a bit from its two a day uploads that there was at some point, or like one a day. It's now at least probably 1 to 2 a week at this rate before Horizon 5 comes out, and then you get all the videos coming out again. But that's just so that we can have a bit of a calmer thing. So that's obviously why you might have noticed the sub counters stay relatively steady, or shall I say, a bit static. But obviously, with your help, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm sure you'll really enjoy the videos.
Okay, and the
I've got lots planned.
FH5 content is coming very soon.
I've actually got that list, which you can't see, which you might be able to pause.
You don't want them to see. You don't want leaked video ideas or scandals.
I just flashed it in front of them dead quick. They might be able to pause it, but yeah, there's some really good stuff on there, and I'm sure you really enjoy all of it. So obviously, make sure to subscribe, put the notification bell on.
Yes.
And yeah,
you don't miss anything. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all in another one. Goodbye.